Welcome, Basstronauts. This is Teal's Bass Galaxy, an endless dimension of fishing legends and degenerates connecting through raw, real, in-person conversations and stories. No, this is not your average fishing podcast. There's no rules, there's no limits. 3, 2, 1, blast off. This podcast is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's been confirmed. Aliens from another planet have landed on Earth. Sources say there's been 2 confirmed landing points for these extraterrestrial beings. One being Japan, and also, unexpectedly, in Minnesota at Waypoint Angler Supply, a local tackle shop on Lake Minnetonka. With the ever-expanding universe, it's no surprise that there are other planets out there that also share our love for the sport of bass fishing. And to Earth's surprise, this latest visit came from extraterrestrial fishermen light years away and many innovations ahead when it comes to fishing equipment. Some hypothesize these beings came from the planet of Naboo, matching up with Mayan folklore dating back thousands of years with fishing equipment ahead of their time. It has been confirmed they left things never seen before by an Earth-born bass. Waypoint Angler Supply is the premier space station in the Bass Galaxy and has tackle that could previously only be found in Japan or the planet of Naboo. The Waypoint ship is full, but we don't know when the Basstronauts from Naboo will be back. So hurry in to Waypoint Angler Supply today and stock up on that Area 51 Planet of Naboo JDM good before your buddy is whooping that sweet ass of yours. Stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. For the month of May, use the code GALAXY0324 to save 20% on your next tackle binge. The Bass Galaxy is also supported by Veselka Fishing and Customs, Supreme Lending, Dream Team, Lake Country Insurance Services, My Wedge Motor Support, Supreme Lure Company, just north of Memphis, Barbecue and Catering. Thank you. Mics are hot, baby.
Nice.
Dude.
How am I sounding?
You sound like the Godfather of Podcasts,
Yes.
Pat Renwick.
Let me warm up first.
Yes, sir.
7 silver swans swam silently seaward.
Wow.
Yes.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper picked a pack of Polish Pete Prez-Piora's peckers. What?
Ooh. That's a stubborn Polish.
Yeah. I don't know
tongue
what's
twister
going on
there.
Yes.
Holy smokes. Yeah. Do,
You
re,
can
mi,
pick your
fa,
nose,
sol.
you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
Oh.
Aaron Teal.
Yes, Pat Renwick.
Yes.
Fee, fi, fo, fum? That's not really a tongue twister.
The party begun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a rhyme. We can rap that.
Nightmare walking. Sideshow Patrick talking.
Are you freestyling right now?
I'm busting out rhymes.
This
at
shit
the
is
54th
wild.
Annual Bassmaster Classic.
We might get kicked out of this booth
on
from rhymes
the
are so
one
hot.
and only
Teal's Bass Galaxy.
The interdimensional galaxy.
See how I
where-
added effects to it?
Dude, you're a hell of a bastronaut.
I want a whole lot of love.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Favorite rock and roll band, go.
Favorite rock and roll band, go?
Yeah, it's hard.
Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beggar's Banquet's my favorite record by them.
Okay,
Yeah.
and indeed, a masterpiece. I'm Exile on Main Street. guy.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's my Bible.
I dig that.
Pretty much.
I dig that.
So like for Stones, my Bible, like it seems to be the double albums for
Okay.
these bands. Like
Yep.
okay, so Zeppelin, which we were just toying with, Physical Graffiti.
Sure.
is I mean that's my my deal for them.
They had so many albums that like I almost struggle to keep them straight sometimes.
Which one? Zeppelin?
Zeppelin. Yeah,
Okay,
they had a
Physical
fair amount.
Graffiti is the only, I think the only double album that Zeppelin had. It's got Trampled Underfoot. It's got In the Light. It's, I mean, a plethora of intergalactic planetary bass galaxy hits.
What is time when you're listening to Led Zeppelin?
It's ticking away, the moments that break up a dull day.
You ever played Led Zeppelin backwards?
I do, and that's actually where I got to where I am today.
Really?
Yes.
Sold your soul to the devil.
El Diablo. I don't know. La Flama Blanca.
Dude, this is an honor. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
So,
It's nice to be here, too. And just so I'm going to clear the air, I was never mad at you. You seemed so nervous when you came up to me yesterday, just because I'm from the South Side. You watched the show Shameless.
Oh,
you
yeah.
thought I was going to beat you up. But it's nothing like that. I am honored that you guys have a show called The Bass Galaxy. And this is, as you say, Aaron, one giant bass galaxy. We're just little glimmers.
We're just little
We're just little glimmers of matter.
That's
and
right.
Zooplankton.
We
in
blow
this
with the wind.
Yeah, we're going to get our kicks before the whole shit house goes down in the Bass Galaxy. You know what I mean?
Dude, that means a lot. And I guess the reason I was that way is because I have so much respect for you.
Well,
as
thank
a
you.
As a podcaster,
Thank
as a
you, sir.
fisherman, and as a human being.
Thank you.
And I guess I was raised to respect your elders and to always give credit where it's due of the people who paved the path that allowed you to walk. You
Thanks,
know what I
bud.
mean? And the last thing I want is for, this young guy to come in and have you feel like I'm riding your thunder, so to speak. And
No.
I didn't think that necessarily. It was just more a matter of I wanted to clear the air with you on that because I hadn't had a chance to meet you and talk to you.
And it was never the anything like that. Just so you know. And
It means a lot, man.
And hopefully
Thank
when
you.
you met me yesterday, finally eyeball to eyeball, you knew that. You
I
know
did,
what
I did, and I appreciate
yeah,
it.
So I mean, it's all good, and I'm not gonna beat you up, Aaron, unless you try and take my wallet. And
Well-
you don't seem like that kind of guy.
Pat, do these
Yeah.
look like fighting arms to you?
Yeah, they actually,
These
you're-
is
you're-
negotiating
Actually,
arms.
you're pretty cut, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
You and Fighter should arm wrestle.
He probably beat me, but I have can-do attitude, so I would try. That would be good, actually.
Yeah, I'd referee it and announce it and do play-by-play if you would allow me.
Oh, I'd be
Okay.
honored. In the blue corner.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
know
the
you do a
deal.
good job too.
That's the deal.
Yeah, dude.
Aaron Teal.
His metabolism slowed down, which is my concern, and mine's still ramping up. But I think the darts are keeping him chiseled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the dew in the darts. Yeah.
Timeless dew.
Yes.
Jared Littner, though, I interviewed Jared Littner,
Okay.
and I was.
He's the guy from Subway, the Subway commercials.
no,
Yeah,
he-
I admire how he lost a lot of weight just eating Subway.
yeah, is
Jared
he a
was
pedophile?
phenomenal, but I know he got into some legal trouble apparently down the road.
Yeah, wasn't he watching like kids? Yeah, wasn't he?
I don't
isn't he
know
a
what
weirdo
it
or
was,
something?
yeah.
I think he turned out to be a real weirdo.
Yeah.
But South Side of Chicago, I'm a big Wayne's World fan.
Oh yeah.
Party on Wayne,
Yeah.
Party on Garth.
Yeah.
And that kind of took place in the suburbs of Peoria.
You're
which is a
exactly right, yeah.
Suburb of Chicago.
Mhm.
There's
That's-
like layers to it, though.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump. That's to the west to me. Those are the rich kids. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You're South Side OG.
Well, I'm in a suburb of I grew up in a suburb of the South Side.
I got
so
you.
in just a middle class family. But,
Cool, dude.
There was perimeters. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Where I grew up, and I still live in the South Side of Chicago area. And people don't even know what bass fishing is around a lot of the areas where I live. So
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How has that all changed over the years? Like the South Side of Chicago, it's the murder capital of America.
Chirac.
Chirac.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
People go to die there.
Here's the
you know?
deal. Here's the deal. I mean, it's just like anywhere. You guys over in Minnesota, you have your hoods too. You
Oh,
know where
plenty of
not
'em.
to go. If
Yeah.
you go in an area that's going to be trouble, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
You don't go there unless you're there for a special purpose. And I'm not talking about Steve Martin's special purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You go there to gangbang, and that's what you go
Whatever
there to
you're
do.
doing.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah. You know where to go and where not to go.
Well, I can go less places than others just due to I know Smith and Wesson and not a ton of lightning and thunder. But I love how you do the Instagram thing, and I love watching you fish this endless canal of something. Throwing a cull shad or whatever you're throwing, and you're
canal.
Just a snatcher, dude.
I like how you said canal.
That's what it looks like.
Well, no, I got you. What they are is tributaries of Lake Michigan. Yes.
Okay.
The big lake they call Gitchagumi, which is not Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
But
Miliwake is Algonquin for the good land. Je veux coucher avec toi.
Salamander.
Oui.
Anyway. I fish the tributaries of Lake Michigan because I like fishing dirty, nasty stuff. I got I got a smallmouth branch, I got a largemouth branch, and I don't like fishing around a lot of people. So
sure, that makes sense.
That's what I choose to do, and I run an aluminum boat.
Like you run 10.
You guys got beautiful aluminum boats over here in this booth right here. I like going to. I'd be afraid to scratch. I would scratch these aluminums. That's for sure. But I mean, I run a 19-foot aluminum with a 150 Merc, and I jump things and go under things, and it works for me.
You're like a less bald Keith Pochet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's wonderful, dude.
Yes.
Well, I gotta admit, Berkeley's come out with some just amazing stuff. I'm a big fan of that Fritz side, to be honest.
Dude, I'm
you.
a Fritz side freak.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest.
That is one of the best crankbaits ever made.
I'm not gonna kid you, but
yeah.
Well, thank you, and I'm very grateful that to be part of the Berkeley world and Abu Garcia, the whole pure fishing deal, and I've had a chance to be involved with the Fritz side since it first came out, and
sure.
I'm actually let me throw a name. I'm kind of friends with Dave Thomas Fritz a little. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's cool.
No, but for real, I learned
mustache.
so much from that dude, man.
Oh, he's the godfather of crankbaits. He's
the best plug designer of all time. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We've had some good ones, Mr. Bagley, Mr. Sisson.
Yep.
But I mean, to name a few, but Dave Thomas Fritz, come on, man. The DT, the old pose, and now the Fritz side.
Yeah.
Amazing plugs. And to get to learn knowledge from David Fritz personally about his plugs and all plug fishing in general.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like, I mean, it's a dream come true. I mean, I'm not trying to jump too much, but I got
It's a galaxy, dude. You're fine.
It kind of. I mean, I'm getting a little weepy in the head a little bit, but
it's been a long show.
No. But I'm being serious, starting to think about David Fritz, and a cool thing, Aaron, that the coolest thing that has ever happened to me about this talk show deal, is that I've actually became friends with some of the people that I interview.
Yeah.
Not all of them, and some of them are my heroes.
Right.
And it's beyond my wildest dreams.
It's probably one of my favorite parts about this adventure I'm on as well. Is for me, it was what's something I could do where if it didn't work out, I could say I had a lot of fun. I met so many cool people, and I learned so much throughout that process. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're recording or not, Pat, it's just a pleasure to talk to you. But getting back to David Fritz, what's cool about him compared to the other guys you were talking about is he is also a tournament angler.
Yeah,
so
he's a derber.
Yeah, so there's guys who design things and then say, here you go. But he designed it and then got to really get intimate with that bait in a 4-day competition or what have you. So that to me is what makes him just the all-encompassing crankbait wizard.
And I was with him on Seminole last year for the elite event on Seminole. I was his marshal.
Yep.
And he had just a Cinderella story day, like the priest in Caddyshack area.
Oh,
It was one of those days. He's out there doing no wrong. On the Fritz side, I mean, every one of them just in the throat. I mean, just choking the dang thing. And he was like a little kid again. It was so great to see it, dude. So great. Because, I mean, think of the satisfaction. Here is you're an elder statesman of the sport. You're out in some of your last years of your events of your life. You kind of are coming to a realization that might be in the near future. You designed a plug, and here's the satisfaction. You're out catching a 20-pound plus bag on the plug you designed in a Bassmaster Elite Series tournament. That's special, Aaron.
That's some of the best sex he ever had. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Push, pull.
Yeah. You do drugs, Danny, every day.
You're hired.
We'll take it. So getting back on the music train, dude,
Yeah.
I love how you mix like rock and roll into your show, and I'm a
Thanks.
big music guy, so like it's easy
It's
to
a
relate
thin raft, Aaron.
with. Dude, I
Yes.
love that. I love that about you. And Tom Petty's like I'm a big
really?
Tom Petty
Tom
and
Petty
the
guy.
Heartbreakers fan.
Okay.
Yeah, when Seth came on the show, as a thank you, I sent him an OG Tom Petty record, 1972, and he was coming off a tough year. So I wrote
Awesome.
him a little love letter. I said, you know what? Tom Petty didn't always have some of the best albums, but no one forgets who Tom Petty is, and some of his latest albums were some of his better ones.
Okay.
You know, Seth coming off a tough year, I feel like, you know, it's kind of like musicians, right? You have some records that aren't as good as the others, right? You're going to have tough years, but you keep swinging the bat, you keep strumming the old guitar, you keep slapping the bass, you keep popping the drums, and I want to see Seth find his stride again, and I think this is his year.
Yeah, don't worry. It's
As long as he's
yeah,
not worried
yeah.
is a big thing, right?
Yeah, hey, the kid's fine.
Yeah.
I always tell Seth Feider that he is a better bass fisherman than he realizes.
I fished against that guy.
He's a better bass fisherman than he realizes. So
we were
that's all
talking
there is
about
to
it with Daffron and the Vexus guys here. There's guys who have that it factor, and there's not like there's way less of those than there is great fishermen that have that extra edge.
You're right. That's what separates it.
Absolutely.
The cream rises to the top, Aaron Teal.
Absolutely.
Always.
It's weird how that works, but when were you born?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born a...
How old are you?
I am 54 years old.
No way.
Yeah.
You don't look a day older than 42, Pat
Well,
Renwick.
thanks, and I'm very immature for my age. I'm
Well-
actually like a 15 or 16-year-old
Well-
trapped inside an old man's body.
That's knowing
weird.
yourself. We all have that inner child in us, and it's
Yes.
just, can
Just
you
don't
dig deep
abuse
enough?
your inner child. Don't do that.
No, child abuse is wrong.
Yes.
We do not condone child abuse in the Bass Galaxy or the Bass universe.
True.
So, podcasting though, how did the idea of Stray Casts, how did this all start?
Oh, so I did a radio show in Hammond, Indiana
Really?
for 4 years called The Bass Buzz.
Really?
Is what it was. And it was kind of like the embryonic stage of Stray Casts. And
Sure.
long story short, the mayor of the town, his daughter played volleyball with my daughter, and we're sitting in the stands being volleyball dads one day, and he's like, "I see that fancy boat you got," and da-da-da-da-da. He goes, Go see my brother and do a show about fishing on his radio station. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay. You don't gotta ask me twice. Monday morning, I was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I did a show. It was called the Region Bass Buzz, and it evolved to the Bass Buzz. And that was one of the only 3-hour radio shows in the United States of America. What gave us some national notoriety there was an app. It was one of the first apps that that was, you put on your phone and you could listen to a radio station nationwide.
Yeah.
And I've known Zona for a while, and Zona had hooked me up with some contacts, and
my spirit animal.
I called some of his buds up, and we did interviews and stuff, and it was able to, there wasn't much social media and stuff. Figure that's how many years ago? It was 9 years so far, Stray Cast, and then 4 years of that, 13, 14, 15 years ago. I'm a bad mather.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so I've been at this deal a long time. And then did that for 4 years. Accidentally drove my truck into the radio station and got fired from there.
Actually?
So took a year off, and then I started up this Stray Cast deal.
They fired you for, was it intentional? Were you that mad at them?
Oh, no. No. I was always happy. It was just I was maybe a little bit too happy and forgot to put the car in park. You know what I mean?
Yep. Nope, I'm picking up what you're putting down. That's awesome, man.
But no, truth be told, man, I'm a very fortunate man because, I was a hot mess at that period of my life, and I kind of changed some things around, took a year off, got things together, and I'm able to live a life that I've always dreamed of because of circumstances that took place at that time.
That's awesome, man.
Yes,
Shit, now I'm going to quote an awful song, but God bless the broken road sometimes, right?
Okay. Hey, we're all on
horrible
the same path.
song, but
no, I get you.
But there's some meaning to that, and I think if you don't make mistakes, you
you don't learn nothing, right?
Here's the deal, man. Growing up, I always wanted to be a rock star. I think you could probably relate, Aaron.
I think you made it.
Yeah. Well, come on. Well, thank you. But I think
You're
that,
a fucking rock star in my book, bud.
Well, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, but listen. The deal is, man, I think if God would have made me a rock star, I'd already been dead. You know what I mean? So he
That's a
made me
good
a
point.
bass fishing guy that talks about bass fishing.
He's like, we're going to keep you
He's
around
like,
a while.
He's like, we'll let you do your own thing, but you're going to talk about bass fishing, keep you alive a little bit. And I'm happy about that. I'm grateful for that. That seat's taken. That's
Yeah.
messing with the Vexus guys. Sorry, Aaron.
Hey, no, that's all in good fun.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I lost my train of thought.
You were asking me what the square root of an isosceles triangle was.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sum of all sides. Oh, sorry.
You're
Did I answer?
smart.
No,
You're
I'm not.
smart.
I'm actually not as smart as you look.
Okay, do you think if there's a bass god, does he have a southern accent or a Japanese accent?
5 million %. It's made in the mold of Mr. Ray Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that if that
Okay.
answers your question.
It does. But do you think there's a Japanese bass god?
A Japanese bass god?
Yeah, like a samurai of sorts?
How many gods do you want to worship?
Well,
Do we worship one bass god or multiple bass gods? It depends on what our beliefs are. If you want to have a god of the bass swamps, you can have a god of the bass swamps. If you want to have a god of the Great Lakes bass, you could have a god of the Great Lakes bass. If you want to have a Japanese bass god, you have a Japanese bass god. If you want to have an Istanbulian, Constantinople bass god, you can.
What if they're all the same?
Only the names are changed. You see what I say? Every day, it's just like light, we're wasting away.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're full of it, dude. I love it.
I don't know. It's 6 and 5 half dozen of the other Aaron Teal.
I got more questions than answers.
I got
Pat
more
Renwick.
answers than questions.
Well, that's perfect. Then we're going to make a good team today.
Yes.
Okay. So podcasting. That was not like a popular thing when you started the podcast. So you took a year off after...
Not being rude.
No, dude,
I'm
please.
listening.
Yep. You took a year off after crashing a vehicle. You're like, okay, I got to slow down
I'll
a bit.
tell the whole story sometime.
Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries. So took a year off, and then you went to Brazil, did some ayahuasca, and you had this vision, right? And you're
it was actually in
we're
an
gonna call it
Indian
Stray
cave.
Casts.
It was in an Indian cave.
Okay.
is what it is. That's
Beautiful.
yes. Me and Billy Jack. You ever see the original Billy Jack
No.
movies? Aaron, that's up your alley.
Yes, please.
Watch the original Billy Jack movies.
All right.
Okay?
I won't forget 'cause it's
promise
recorded. So.
that you will like that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
There's so many good old movies. They don't even make them like that no
Yeah.
more.
Like Return of the Planet of the Apes.
Whoa, that's some interdimensional craziness. I never, like, the newer ones, they got a little scary
The good,
for
the
me.
bad, and the ugly. Well, I'm
Ooh.
talking about the OG ones. You know what I mean?
The black and white?
Oh,
Or
Planet
I'm
of the
thinking
Apes?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
the black and white one.
No, they weren't black and white.
Wasn't like the first Planet of the Apes black and white?
That was the cartoon.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm making shit up now.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
Thanks, Charlie Chaplin.
Next.
Next. Well, so the podcast, though, who
Yes.
else was making podcasts at the time, and why did you decide to go to podcasts? And what was a podcast at this point, even?
Well, here's the thing. All credit where credit is due. I have the gift of gab.
You do.
But thank you. But my producer, Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Ninja, was the one that was able to present and is still able to present all this to people. You're very talented, Aaron. You're
I'm
pushing
learning.
buttons, getting things going. I would be frustrated and already say, let's just not do this today. And Andy was at a time where there were only a few podcasts able to get us on the air.
Sure.
And that was a big deal right now. You know, I mean, kind of like any swinging dick with a cell phone can do a podcast right now.
They can, yeah.
I mean, let's be real about it.
It's a fact.
Andy was able to get us on the air when there wasn't any of this going on. And
Was this pre-smartphone?
they were getting smarter, I think.
Motorola Razr was cool?
You
or-
were not. In other words, you would not be able to broadcast from a telephone at this point.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there wasn't the ability to Skype or Zoom or all these deals going on.
Yep.
So
Yep.
at first. Anyway, there was, of course, there was Bass Talk Live. Mark Jeffries was doing the podcast form, and Ike Live, and then pretty much us.
Yeah.
And Jeffries kind of brought the whole ability to broadcast visually to the mainstream.
Sure.
I think. And then he brought that prowess to Ike Live.
Okay.
To Brian the Carpenter.
Yeah.
At Ike Live. And then Andy and I kind of, we learned from what's going on there. And Andy kind of, if I'm just going to be frank with it, Andy brought it to another level that didn't exist at that time.
Yeah.
His production and engineering values, those gentlemen started to come to Andy for advice. So you knew he was doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
At that time,
Day Waka Flocka, Andy.
There weren't podcasts, so to speak. There was radio shows. I came from broadcasting. Like when I still hear it. It's like I'm in broadcasting. I do a talk show. I don't do a podcast. Oh, you do a podcast, Pat? Oh yeah, I think you're right. I do. But it's so he comes from broadcasting, and Andy was able to convey that morning zoo type atmosphere that I had on the radio to this podcasting thing. Why did I go podcasting instead of radio again? Because it was free.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. I could go to Facebook Live and YouTube and broadcast the show for free, where radio stations at the time, you still had to sell ads to compensate for airtime. You understand?
Yep.
I mean, your major shows on ESPN about the outdoors and all that other stuff, they're still paying for airtime.
The overhead's insane.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I can do this, but why not do this and kind of paqueta some of it? So, hey, there's Pistol Pete Presbyora. We were just tongue twisting about
Pistol
you.
Polish Pete.
Come say hi, Pete. Come on,
bring
I'm
your
on a
six-shooter
podcast.
over here.
Ladies
get
and
in
gentlemen,
here.
the one and only from Omnia Fishing, it's Polish Pete Presbyora.
Yeehaw.
Yes, excellent. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
So, Rick Clun, while I'm here. No, Pete Presbyora, while I have you here, the Cluns would like to carry the Trickster spinnerbait at Omnia.
At Omnia Fishing?
Yeah, so
All right.
Seth and I are going to hook you up with that deal.
Well, let's do
He's
it.
got the
Let's do
all-new Trickster, personally designed by Rick Clun. The one, the famous one he won a couple derbs on as of late. You know what I mean? And he wants you guys to carry him.
Let's get him in the shop.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything Rick gets behind, we usually get behind. So
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pete, how's your classic?
My classic's been really busy.
Yeah?
I've been running around a lot. I've been mostly in meetings all the time, so I haven't got to walk around and enjoy the show, and that's what I'm doing right now. Saw you two to say and said hi, but I'm going to walk around the show now and actually soak it in.
Wait, just 45 more minutes with you, Pete. Couple more things I want to go over with you. You got great color in your face right now.
Quick.
You're looking very healthy, Pete.
Well, I shouldn't because I haven't slept at all and I've drank way too much.
Yeah.
But
We're not so different, you
I
and
heard that last night you came in second at the bar fight. Is that true?
I did come in second. I
To the
picked
bearded
a
fat
drinking
woman.
Fight with a Canadian snow leopard.
Oh,
And he
Lord
drank
Almighty.
one. Yeah.
He's a
won.
good guy to have on
I
your
wouldn't
team,
fuck
though.
with that guy.
Pete,
Good to see you guys.
enjoy the rest of your free time
Enjoy
at
the
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take care, Galaxy.
Peace, bud.
Thanks,
See ya.
dude.
Yep.
That's Pete. I love that kid.
He's a great dude.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. But so, like, there wasn't even Spotify podcasts at that time. Are
Oh,
we
no,
talking
none
this
of
was
that.
like
None of
Apple
that.
Podcasts? Was that
So-
a thing yet?
Yes. So the majority of the beginning of Straycast wasn't even podcasts. It was purely available on YouTube's
Sure. Yep.
and the Bookface Lives. So that's where you would go.
Facebook Live was kind of the
Yeah, and here's I kind of feel it's a mistake I may have made, but I don't know. Everything's cool and everything happens for a reason, but like we didn't really put anything into YouTube when it first
gotcha.
came out. And it's
Sure.
like, you know what, whatever. And then we started to see like uncool people doing stuff on YouTube. And it's like, in high school, if some of the uncool kids were listening to Zeppelin, I'm going back to freaking Deep Purple for a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna hop on Grateful Dead.
Yeah,
then.
there you
Yeah.
go. A little deal, because I don't want to be all like the goth kids on South Park.
Well, I think that's how the Deadheads got created. They were like Grateful Dead, the Deadheads.
Yeah.
I feel like everything else was cool, so they went and watched the Grateful
Yeah,
Dead.
made their own Sunshine Daydreams. You know
That's
what I mean?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Althea's the best one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bertha. You got to get down on Shakedown Street, Mr. Taylor.
Oh, that's a jiggy one. Hello, Basstronauts. Introducing the new demo program from Sultan of Fishing and Customs. That's right. You can try a rod before you buy it. If you're fishing the Team Trail or the Champions Tour this upcoming season, you're eligible for this. There's no down payment. There's no upfront purchase required. Just contact Mr. Veselka before the event, and let's say you want to try a new hair jig rod out for Okoboji or Mille Lacs, or you need a new tube rod going into a smallmouth event, contact Mr. Veselka ahead of time, and you can actually try that rod out and practice before you buy it. You have to return it before tournament day, though, unless you're going to buy it, because these things are weapons. They're absolute weapons. So that's the new demo program from Veselka Fishing and Customs. Contact Dane today and schedule the finest rod using experience north of the Mason-Dixon.
Are you ready to reel in your next home purchase or refinance? Supreme Lending's Dream Team can help guide you through the entire mortgage process, from pre-qualification to closing. They have a wide variety of home loan programs in their tackle box, including down payment assistance and first-time homebuyer options. Just ask me. I trusted Aaron Dagas, a bass fisherman just like you and me, and Supreme Lending's Dream Team to help finance my first home. Contact Aaron Dagas and the Dream Team today by scanning the QR code or giving them a call at 763-326-0677. That's 763-326-0677. Did I catch a 7 in there? Or visit their website, aarondages.supremelending.com. That's AARONDAEGES.supremelending.com. Attention all Basstronauts. This podcast is supported by the Bass Galaxies title sponsor, Waypoint Angler Supply, the Midwest's new landing pad for hardcore anglers just like you and me. If you're looking for the sneaky goods you can't find anywhere else, look no further. Waypoint Angler Supply has the largest offering of JDM tackle in the Midwest, and they are right here in Minnesota on Lake Minnetonka. This is truly a place every bass fisherman in Minnesota needs to visit because we finally have a tackle shop in the state that's as dreamy as the ones you find down south. And the staff at Waypoint Angler Supply understands the various needs of us anglers, which is why you'll find the selection there so enticing. Ross and the folks at Waypoint Angler Supply are passionate about carrying the right stuff, providing an authentic customer experience, and they listen to the anglers. And it doesn't end at JDM baits. They stock all the top U.S. brands, as well as local Minnesota brands like Veselka Fishing and Customs, Arsenal Fishing, Bait Lab Custom Swim Baits, All Terrain Tackle, Bagley Northland, Outcast Tackle, and more. So stop into their store on Lake Minnetonka or visit their website, waypointanglersupply.com. That's waypointanglersupply.com. For the month of May, use the code GALAXY0324 to save 20% on your next tackle binge.
Biggie one. Passenger's a good one. Terrapin Station is a great album.
Come on.
Great album. I like that they changed their style throughout, like, their records. Like, their sound changed probably more than a lot of bands at the time. Grateful Dead?
Yeah, I can see
They did like
what
a
you're
disco
saying.
album, then like a rock album.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah.
They were just copying the Stones.
You think so?
No. But the Stones did the same thing.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stones were that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your point.
Oh, see, because bands get bored with themselves.
Oh,
so they have to do things to, to keep things fresh.
Oh, you play the same songs year over year? Imagine being a one-hit wonder, getting so sick of that.
Yeah, I took the guy from Stained fishing.
Oh, Aaron Lewis.
Yeah, Aaron Lewis.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, do you ever get tired singing those same Creed songs every night?
That's a zinger, dude.
Yeah, he loved it.
Oh, that's awesome. He seems like a super
No,
cool
he was
dude.
awesome, for
Yeah.
real. He was cool AF. We had a
Wicked
great
cool.
time.
You've seen some live music in your day, haven't
I have.
you? Who's like the best concert? What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh, best concert I ever been to.
Yeah.
Here's a crazy one. So I was at a venue in Fort Lauderdale, and David Bowie was there, and it was David Bowie's show, and we were literally on a balcony right above David Bowie, and it was probably the coolest show I ever saw in my life. And I love Bowie, but I'm not like the giant Bowie freak.
Right,
but I was like, holy cow, is this amazing? And you know who did like the Freddie was his bass player and backup singer was I'm gonna massacre her name. You may or may not know it. It's like Michelle DeAngelio or something. And she's a bass player from Mellencamp. She sang backups on Wild Night.
Oh, sure.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Well, she sang the Freddie Mercury part in the Under Pressure.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh my gosh, I still feel goosies hearing it. It was really good. Yeah.
I like a couple Bowie songs, Life on Mars and dude, I don't know why I can't think of this. Ziggy Stardust.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, and Changes, but
what's Space Age Daydream or Moon Age Daydream?
That
is
one,
my absolute favorite.
That's a good one. You know who's a sleeper band that I think is super timeless and very unique? Chicago.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my grandpa like saying that, but I actually dig. I still watch to this day Terry Kath's guitar solo in 25 or 624 when they played it. That dude in that blue jacket was the most insane looking like thing I've ever seen in my life, and I just wish he wouldn't have blown his head off so I could have watched it.
Oh, he did that?
So Terry Kath, you know how Chicago's voice changed to Peter Cetera more so over time? Well, Terry Kath supposedly, they were at a party, drunk, playing with guns, and he thought it was empty. He thought it was empty, held it up to his head, pulled the trigger. There was one in the 6-shooter, and Dunbar. Man-made chemicals make you make bad decisions. Oh, yeah. Well, the crazy thing about Chicago is, like, it's like the music that I feel like your parents would let you listen to at the time. Yeah. Yet they had a phone booth in the middle of the concert, and they would take breaks and like act like they're going in this phone booth as part of the act, but it was loaded with cocaine. Really? Yeah. So they would go into cocaine phone booth. A cocaine phone booth. Chicago had a cocaine phone booth, so they would go take breaks in there during. They put it in the middle of the stage. Wow. As a guard, so they could each go and do cocaine. Holy cow! That's like Steve Tyler just did it off the amplifiers. Yeah, he didn't give a shit. Yeah, I mean, oh, dude. Everybody says late Aerosmith's better. No way. What? Yeah, no. Early Aerosmith. I've seen that band the most out of any band. Ooh. Like it just happened that way, but I've seen them the most. Yeah. Out of any band. Early Aerosmith, Bud, is the deal. Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah. It kind of went downhill for me after Toys in the Attic. Oh no. No, there was some more after that. For sure. Yeah. For sure. But I mean, once they started to have people write songs for them, then it got different. But listen up to Rockin' a Hard Place. Okay. Yeah. Noted. That's the real drug-induced one, and then after they got sub-players and stuff. It's great. But anyway, well, music's a time machine, dude, and I love like going back in time and discovering. Gotta get back in time. I don't know that one. That's Huey Lewis and the News. Oh, yeah. Yeah, from the famous movie Back to the Future, Part 2. Gotta get back in time. Believe in love? Do you believe? Do you believe it's true? I just Michael McDonald. Looking from somewhere back in the vast galaxy. That's pretty fucking good, dude. What a fool believes. It's like yeah, Michael McDonald, he changed the Doobie Brothers single-handedly. Another great band, by the way. Damn straight. So, what's the future look like for Pat Renwick? Everything's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I kind of just take it as it goes. I find that works best for me. I get confused and overwhelmed easily. And if I kind of just take things moment by moment or day by day, then my life seems to work into place. You've submissed yourself to the galaxy and all its powers. I love that. Well, for real, dude, I can't do the shit on my own. I learned that a long time ago, so I look to a power greater than myself to guide me. I love that, dude. Yeah, I love that. And so what I've learned, what I know about podcasts, even before I got into them, it's no get-rich-quick scheme. Oh. You know? So I guess, how was that road building your podcast? And I guess, did you have to work, do a different job as well on the side as you were, working through that?
I used to, and I wasn't able to go full time with this until I put everything else down, because I couldn't do it, as I said before. This is me personally. I couldn't do this and then do that at the same time. So I couldn't have a job and do podcasting because I would spin out.
Yeah, it's hard.
I mean, I did like what a lot of people do. I'm like tournament anglers, maxed out some credit cards, lived for a little bit, and then started to get advertising. I call them advertisers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The pro bassers call them sponsors.
Sure.
They advertise on the Straight Cast show.
Yeah.
And that's from the radio days. I mean, let's face it. It's the power of repetition in advertising that gets the product known.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. If a woman talks in the forest and there's no man to hear her,
she'll never get pregnant.
Is he still wrong?
Yeah, she'll never have child.
No. If no one knows about it, they can't come
a
get
bird
it.
in the bush is worth 5 in the pecker.
That's a great one.
Thanks.
That's a great one.
Thanks.
And you've interviewed, you've interviewed everybody. Who's been like your most favorite?
Rick Lund.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. I need him to teach me how to meditate.
Aaron, I never watch my show back.
Okay.
Never have. I've had my daughter on. I've watched when she was on, and my parents came on, made some cameos.
Sure.
I watched them, but I only watch the Rick Lund shows back. And that's it.
Sure.
Because I cannot keep myself in the knowledge on the show. As a show host, I think you kind of got to be a notch ahead.
Yeah.
So sometimes, as hard as it may be to stay in the present, you still have to be aware of where you're going next.
Yeah.
So that's why I listen to the Clun ones.
Sure.
But most shows I do, I don't even remember what I said. I'm just being honest.
I don't either. And the only reason
What'd you say?
Huh?
What?
What?
Hey, man?
Where are we?
Please go to 11.
I think I don't know where I am anymore. Dude, and the only reason I listen to them back is because
Backwards?
people say some shit that might get us canceled from time to time.
Oh.
So, and then it's all about my guests. The last thing I want to do is piss off a guest. If they lay a nugget out that could win them their next tournament and they maybe accidentally said it and don't want the Galaxy to know, they only wanted them to get a piece of the breadstick, not the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't want to piss anybody off, so I listen through them to make sure I'm not shedding anybody in a bad light.
No, but here's the thing. You need to realize this. As long as you're not leading them in that direction, that's nothing to do on you. You know, I've seen clips as of late. There's a lot of podcasts that seem to dwell on the negativity looking for, for whatever. But you guys shed a positive light. Dave Mercer sheds a positive light. I hope that people think Straight Cast shines a positive light on the Bassin Galaxy. But there's some podcasts that feed on the negativity. And that being said, I think that goes back to what we don't need none of that.
No, that's a CNN business model, and I don't watch much CNN.
So, I can't remember what led into that, quite frankly, if you do.
We were talking about, Rick Clun, and you were talking about not riding the wave of controversy, which seems to plague the media in general nowadays, and it's like this crack addiction.
You were talking about, I'm sorry,
forgive
me.
Forgive me.
So I saw squirrels.
No, I'll do it too.
So don't think that it's on you, okay? In other words, if you're baiting your guest, then it's on you. If you're baiting your guest for clicks, then it's on you, Aaron Teal. What they say, they know they're on a live show. They're on a podcast. Do you think Howard Stern would be like, oh, you just talked about that you banged 3 women and you're married? He's not going to, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You're like...
Yeah.
So don't...
Well, for me,
IMO.
If I'm touching those subjects, it's because I'm genuinely curious about that person's perspective, but it's a very minute part of the show, I think.
Sure.
But like asking like an inside guy how this cheating thing works, because all I hear is these rumors. That's not me riding a wave if I'm talking to Caleb Summerall. I'm genuinely curious. Like, did you beat anybody's ass last year?
No. Yeah. And I'm not going to give examples, but hopefully you know what I mean.
I definitely know what you mean. And I guess authenticity is everything to me. And, You can be anybody you want as long as you're yourself.
Dude, I started this whole deal to get to know things about anglers that no one else knew. I don't talk about myself much on the show. I don't care to. What I cared to do was find out more about the anglers that I admired in the sport that I love. And that's why I did this whole freaking thing, bud.
We think similar in that regard.
Well,
That's
good.
100%.
Good.
That's 100%.
I can't teach. I can't sit there and teach you how to throw a spinnerbait like Jason Christie. That's why Jason Christie comes on the phone. Or on the show. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we knew a lot about Seth Feider before, but we never knew who was in his spank bank in high school till he came on the Straight Cast.
Yeah.
We never knew about that he saw his ghost cat until he came on Straight Cast and until I asked him about paranormal experiences.
I love that.
Okay, I mean, there's been a lot of crazy. I mean, we never knew that Takahiro Omori and Taku Itu could sing Japanese songs with me before until we did it on Stray Cats.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the idea is to get to know anglers.
That's what it's all about.
And the silly stuff they do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, here's an example. I'll be like, I'll hear something, and they'll be like, "What's your favorite boat snack?" And I'll be like, "Gosh, damn, like." We've been asking that for 10 years. No, I mean, but it's like a deal. I mean, but it's like a bit.
I'll ask it sometimes.
No, and it's not. I mean, sorry. I mean, you know what I mean?
No,
But
my
it's come
show's
on.
not called Boat Snacks.
Yeah, it's called Boat Snacks and Hose.
Boats and Hose.
Boat Snacks and Hose.
Last week we put liquid paper on a bee and it died.
Unreal.
So I think the coolest thing I've learned throughout this show and that people, I think, gravitate to.
I'm only checking because Fighter's my ride, and you know damn well he will leave me.
He will leave your ass.
He will leave
Yep,
me.
He will. Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. Do not let me lose your ride.
No, we're cool.
All right.
That's
Tell him
why
to put it in
I'm
4
not being
digs when he
rude.
reaches the Tundra Belt.
I told you got me, Aaron Teal. I'm just making sure that it's not when this phone's going off. These, you know.
I'm grateful for every minute, dude. Every minute, and I think there's people behind these windows that we look through, right? And I think you have a really cool knack about getting to the core of the silliness or the personality of that person. And I guess I'm definitely not as quick as you. It takes me a long-form conversation, and we just explore and learning how people think versus where they're fishing or what they're fishing with. To me, as an angler, is I learn more when I learn how a person thinks, who that person is. I mean, Seth Feider, there's something between his ears that makes him who he is, right? And
yeah.
Until we can, like,
usually a Marlboro.
Right. Like some podcasts, they do a colonoscopy. No, we're doing like we're cutting the top of the head off.
Damn,
we're digging
you're
into
lobotomying the guests.
We're good. Yep,
Full
we're
frontal.
digging into the soul. Except you don't want me doing any lobotomies or sodomies or anything.
None of those motomies.
None of the motomies.
Yes.
Nope. Or use.
Yes.
Yeah.
Use guys.
So, how many languages do you know?
I know like 5 or 6 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I suck at all of them.
Yeah, same. I know like a phrase in each, and they're derogatory.
Dame arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh, tu quieres muy pequeño en pantalones.
Yes.
Okay.
Como está tus zapatos el lavandaria de comocina? Cocochina. Dirty cocochina.
C.
Yes.
C.
Yes.
But I think we're too. The gravitational pull is just keeping us way too earthbound right now. We need to go to a new dimension, and I have questions for you on the true, like, nature of the universe and how many different planets do you think people catch a bass on, Pat Renwick?
How many different planets do people
it's
catch?
an endless solar system, right?
Well,
Endless solar system.
I think that there's 4 planets that we rotate
You think so?
amongst. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a counter reality in each 4 of the planets of the Bass Galaxy.
Sure.
And you're placed in those specific planets based on your properness. See, because it's all about. So here's the deal: the people in the world of angling, who don't forget that they're only here because of a fish, get placed on another planet. The people that forget about that, sometimes they get to put on another planet, but taste a little bit of that other planet until they completely forget that they're here because of a fish, and then they go to a completely other planet. And then they go to the MLF, and then they're at the next planet, which is the end of bass fishing.
Dude, this is like, I've never dug into bastrology quite like this.
Thank
like
you.
We've gone past the Basstroid Belt.
Thanks. Yes.
Past the
Yes.
Basstroid Belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the planet Bassgard, where I come from, and all my Bascardian, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, long-haired brethren.
Yeah.
Like our father Odin.
Yes. The purebreds.
Yes, the propers.
Yes.
It's we're all glimmers in the Bass Galaxy, and you got to stay on the planet where you remember that you are only here because of a fish. No other reason.
Tiny brain fish.
Yeah. You're an Instagram hero. You did this, influencer. No, you're on this platform because of a fish. All right.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, once a person forgets that, they're fucked.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So,
That's why you need to, you always hear, I'm so blessed to win this tournament. Blessed. Well, they really are blessed.
For sure.
But I mean, here's the deal. In order to maintain blessedness, remember you're here because of a fish. Bud.
Yeah. I'd like to thank my wife.
Wasn't for this here Mercury, I'd have never got that last here fish got me across the boat, and that's today's Mercury move of the day.
I ran that Tripe Mercury all the way up and down the lake, and I swear to God, I caught him at 80, I caught him at 70, I caught him at 60, I caught him at 55, and that's as slow as I went today.
That grass comes through the jig like no other jig in the business. Never been one able to get that jig through the grass like any other one in that 25-pound.
Do you remember the movie Ladies Man? With
tell me who's in it. Tim.
Ladies Man.
That's the Cavassier.
It's the late.
The Cavassier.
Yeah.
I was going to say Tim Robbins. That's the
wife of Cavassier.
Yes. I know. Yeah, was a Saturday Night Live character first.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's a beauty. That one.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper movie.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper.
Where
movie.
did that come from?
So when my buddy and I are in the boat, we like to fuck around.
Okay.
Like keep it it's team tournament, right? You got to keep it light. You
keep it real and feel
positive. Yep. Yeah. I'm down. You pick me up. You're down. I pick you up. So, when you need a little dash of positivity, I'll just look back and say, "Excuse me, Mr. Voselka, have you tried this button yet? Out the other side of the boat? Have you tried a 45 angle out the backside to see if any suspenders might come up for your Senko?"
You reminded me of Bobby Boucher,
laughing.
actually.
Oh. Captain Insano shows no mercy.
See, you were more on a Bobby Boucher vibe to me.
Hey, water boy. Yes, Mr. Coach Boone. You're fired. Okay.
Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies, and I like them, Mama.
Mama's wrong again. No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
That's why alligators are so ornery.
Mama, such a good movie. That's one of my favorites. They kind of blend together. If you're faking a lisp like I was, sometimes it drifts into a new...
It was good. It was good.
I'm just floating in space,
How long you been podcasting, A-Teal?
Oh, gosh. What is time?
Taking away the moment to break up a dull day. We went through this already.
Oh, man.
I just made Aaron laugh so hard that snot came out of his nose.
Yeah.
So you know.
All the pollen allergies.
For those of you at home.
On this mic.
It was pretty awesome.
Yep. Good news is I'm allergic to pollen.
Okay.
So this will be third year, season
Third
3.
year.
Season 3. Yep, I'm still
Awesome.
a toddler, learning every day.
Hey, you're a junior. Junior year. You're doing upperclassmen now.
Depends if we're talking...
You made it to your third year. This should be the year your business does more weller.
I hope so,
yeah,
man.
I think so.
I love doing them, so I enjoy
Do you do this full time too?
No.
Or you got a real job?
I sell restroom advertising full time.
Really? So that means for a good time, call Aaron. You go into bathrooms and just write on the stall.
If I don't sell enough ads, I got to put my own in there.
Free OTPHJs. Call Aaron Teal.
I got a Bass Galaxy ad running above pissers.
Do you?
For my podcast.
That's really good. That's smart, actually.
I mean, why not? Take
How's
a piss
it hanging?
And watch some bass
go to
fishing.
TealsBassGalaxy.com.
Oh man,
how's it hanging? I just gave you one.
Yeah,
dude.
I
feed the
know
mayonnaise to the tuna fish, Aaron Teal. It saves us time making Sammys. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna call you before my next ad. So it's either gonna be that
first
or
one's free.
Nice dick. One of the two.
Sweet cock.
Nice cock.
Anyway.
So, growing out hair, we have opposite hairdos.
Huh?
We have opposite hairdos.
What do you mean?
I'm a curly-headed fuck, and you're a beautiful, blonde, like, Mustang horse out roaming free through the valleys. Like, the buffaloes are all dead, and you're just riding through.
Here's the deal. My hair used to be more like that, too, but it starts falling out. The curly ones are falling out. I'm being serious.
I'm a bald?
What's that?
I'm gonna bald?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm starting to bald up a little bit.
You look good.
Well, thanks.
Is that mane and tail?
Yeah.
Mane and tail?
No, actually, it's some coconut shit. Because
Okay.
then it keeps it from drying out.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
But,
It's so fluffy. Can I touch it once?
Go ahead.
No homo, dude.
Go ahead. No,
oh my God.
No product.
It's so soft.
It's no product.
Wow. You ever make jigs with that?
A fighter made a hair jig out of it.
That
once.
yeah.
Smashed them.
That's a mayfly hatch hair jig if I've ever
smashed 'em.
seen one. That's a damselfly right there.
But here's the deal. True story. I ain't got a haircut in like 9 years, but it just falls out. I don't take care of it. I don't cut it. It just kind of caveman's out.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, for real. And then if you, I don't know. And then for a while, then I started using a better shampoo, and it got rid of some split ends. But here's the deal.
Sure.
I'm scared of haircuts. I don't like mustard. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like cockroaches, and I don't like haircuts.
Dude, haircuts suck. Not as bad as the dentist.
Well, I got abused by nuns as a child.
Really?
Yeah, not really,
I'm
but
so
kind of.
sorry. Actually, like, I feel like that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, well,
No?
it was at times. Could have been more shaving involved. But anyway, no, but I just went for the real true story.
They
Aaron.
just lift it up and say,
Yeah, I mean,
get
come
in
on.
there.
Did
Get
you ever
in
hear of
there.
a gosh damn Nair razor or
Yeah.
put some whatever? But anyway,
I'm a nun. You're about to see the bun.
snot came
Yeah.
out again, second time, Aaron Teal.
I did?
The no.
Okay.
Yeah, but I went to a private school and they would make my hair to touch my collar and all that stupid shit, and I just let it go after that. No more haircuts because they used to seriously like they would cut my hair, which was like this day and age you could me to them or hashtag sue the school, whatever. Back then they didn't care; they were still beating the shit your head against a locker.
They
You know
do the
what I mean?
ruler? The ruler on
Dude,
the ass?
I went to Catholic school. I got a big mouth. I got smashed a lot, bro. I mean, I got they
Southside,
hit you
too.
with whatever.
Them
You-
Southside Catholic
Well,
schools ain't
it's that
fucking
my
around.
parents were only paying all of their salary to send me to a good school, so the nuns figured they could abuse you with weapons. You know what I mean? Gives them the right.
Yeah, God said it was
Yeah.
okay, or
Yeah.
like...
Yeah. Hey, Joliet, Jake, and Elwood Blues went through the same thing as I did.
God told them to.
Yes.
Like, it's not their fault.
I'm on a
You're just
mission from
listening.
God, Aaron
I was
Teal.
just listening. just listening.
Full tank of gas, sunglasses, hit it.
Trim up, hammer down.
Hammer down in the hammer lane, and tail.
Not gonna lie, that's an awesome nickname.
Ask me more questions.
Okay. Favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to? Go.
Oh, that would have been the Bass Pro Shop catalog growing up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Mine's stained to shit.
Yeah.
That's why I was so happy.
Well, I don't
They'd
have
send me a
those
new one
anymore.
every year.
I'm glad you kept yours.
Well, they were pretty thick, and then
Yeah.
they'd send you a new one every year. So you'd like, once that thing was...
Well, the
you
girls
know-
in camo in the early 90s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
They weren't
yeah.
as aware of camel toe as they are now. So,
Remember the Coors Light commercial with the twins?
maybe.
Like, and those twins? I don't know. It's like, anyway.
No, but
You
it
know,
sounds lovely.
30-second commercials all I needed at that age.
Oh, okay. That's like the beginning of Three's Company. for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Come and knock on a door. I'm done.
Okay, top or bottom then?
What?
I don't know. I'm fucking with you.
Oh.
Are you married?
I am not. No.
God, he's smart too, folks. He's smart.
No, I have a beautiful daughter. She's 29 years old,
Yeah,
and kind of raised her on my own. True story.
very cool.
And then when she got older, I got wild again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I love that. My parents were super strict when I was growing up, and they live in Florida now. And
that's where my daughter was.
they
born, and I
act
moved-
younger than me
Yeah.
now sometimes.
Well, they should.
I'm
see?
like, what happened to you guys?
Immature bastards.
Yeah, like, geez, grow up. So that daughter of yours, that's really cool. 29, I'm 30.
Okay, there you go, bud.
Is she married?
I'm
I'm not hitting on her right now, just so you know.
no.
It's a question.
What? Trick question.
We don't need to talk about your daughter if you don't want to.
No, she's amazing and the most amazing thing that ever happened in my life. But I'm trying to you know what? I'll just say it. So here, because people might need to hear this message. So something real cool happened to me and our family before I left for this event. So,
Do you trailer your big outboard? Then you need the MyWedge motor support. MyWedge keeps even the heaviest motors safe and secure on the trailer. And talk about easy. Up with the motor, on with the MyWedge, back down, ready to roll. And MyWedge is built to last. It won't rot, it won't split, it won't fail. Guaranteed. Pop on MyWedge centering clips for lateral stability and you're good to go. MyWedge, security in a snap. To order yours, go to mywedge.com.
Hey guys, Gaff with Waypoint Angler Supply here. Just wanted to highlight the fact that we have the big bass resource right here. Obviously, everybody in Minnesota knows about Kitex and the littler swim baits like these bait labs here. But we're here to have the big baits here in the store. We got Huddlestons, we've got the dangerous swim baits, the jointed claw glide baits, and the bull shooter glide baits. But it's not only the baits. We've got big rods, big reels, big line, and all that good stuff for you guys to go ahead and chase your biggest fish of your life. So swing on into Waypoint Angler Supply and get hooked up with the biggest tackle around.
Hey guys, Aaron Teal here with Veselka Fishing and Customs here, and excited to talk to you about my new signature series rod, the Puppet Master. My number one confidence technique is by far offshore power finesse fishing, so we've spent a lot of time and a lot of years creating the perfect bottom contact power finesse rod, specifically designed to fish 3/8 to 3/4 ounce football jigs, tubes, swing heads, dragging a swim bait on the bottom, and any bait that you need to manipulate with your hand and land that fish. This rod is perfect for it. The big thing that we found that was an issue with other rods is they were either too crisp and sensitive, where they were too fast, or they weren't quite sensitive enough and they had the right action. So what Dane built with this rod is the most sensitive bottom contact rod I've ever held in my hands. But the big thing is, on a long cast, it's got the power to drive that hook home, but more importantly, it's got a parabolic action that's going to bend deep down in the rod to make sure that, let's say, football jig or goby tube isn't popping that smallmouth's mouth open and keeping that bait in the back of their head where it belongs, allowing you to have increased leverage and landing more bass. You're going to have to pry this rod from my cold dead hands. This is the Puppet Master. You can find it on veselkafishing.com or at Waypoint Angler Supply. Check them out.
Her boyfriend for many years said, Pat, I got to talk to you. And I'm like, oh, shit, what's going on here? Now, he comes over to the house before I leave town. He knows I'm going to be on the road for a while, and he wanted to talk to me. And he said, hey, can I marry your daughter? And I
He asked you permission?
Yeah, and I said, fuck no. How long you known her?
How about no, Scott?
He was shaking. You know how you were shaking?
No?
You know how you were shaking when you come up to me yesterday? That kid was shaking
yeah.
more. He was shaking more. And no, but I love the guy. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell Jasmine not to listen to this, but
it's a wonderful name.
Well, thank you. Fighter and I share that commonality. All our daughters are named after flowers.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, he has not asked her yet.
Oh.
Because he's waiting for the appropriate time to ask her. And very admirable that he came to me first.
Yeah.
And and it's like, the old-fashioned way, as on the proper planet of the Bass Galaxy.
I respect that, dude.
You know what I mean?
I respect that a lot.
Every ounce of love in me wants to be like, oh, I'm so happy for you, baby. Congrats. I can't even tell my kid.
Oh, yeah. So you're just holding it in
and
right
I'm
now.
a big mouth, Aaron.
Totally. Well, the good news is this isn't live, so you just let me know when we can air it.
Yeah.
So we don't ruin the surprise.
Yeah,
wasted the good surprise on
she
you.
She don't even listen to my show. I doubt she'll listen to yours. You know what I mean?
I understand.
We're
54 minutes in. There's no way she'd listen this long.
She loves everything that I'm involved in and supports everything I do. Obviously, I'm being goofy, but she's just not into as bass fishing as much as she was when she was 12. You know what I mean?
Jasmine,
when I used to make her sleep in the rod locker.
Jasmine, you got one of the coolest dads on planet Earth. Don't forget it. That's all I got to say to her. And
she'll respect that.
Yeah, dude.
I'll make sure she does listen to this part.
I can snip it into a reel for you, so she just skip the bullshit or whatever. But that's awesome, dude. So
thanks. Proud of
tournaments in the inner city of Chicago, like you do. I like the little bit of regional aspect to your game, so to speak, where you do give like the homeboys.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Time.
I see where you're
you know
going.
What I
okay.
mean?
Yeah. So there's a league called Cal-Sag Bass that fishes the Cal-Sag River and Lake Calumet, which was basically the home of the 2000 Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah.
If you remember, that was in Chicago. They fished Lake Calumet and the Calumet River, or the Cal-Sag River on the perimeter. And I MC an event there for the local boys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this year, I took a position, or fortunately, I should say, I took a position with Bassmaster, and I won't be around for most of those.
Congratulations.
Events. Well, thanks. Yeah. It's just a little step. I'm very grateful they gave me an opportunity to try and find a place for me.
What does that look like then? That's really cool.
So what I do is I'm traveling with the elites, and on Thursdays and Fridays, I will be out with the anglers to enhance the Marshall program. Okay, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, I'm just doing miscellaneous interviews on the land. And after the interviews. So I'll go into the crowd, do interviews, crazy stuff.
Love that.
Yeah. So, like, for example, I'll just go pick out miscellaneous people in the crowd and be like, I'll find some cool looking biker, dude. And I'll be like, hey, what's your opinion on forward facing sonar? And then he'll give me an answer like, picked up those 3 babes right there with forward facing sonar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
That kind of deal.
You're like Zona without a shot collar and a leash.
Well, it's cool. Yeah, well, it's cool. Like how it's kind of like how Zona used to do at the beginning of stuff, and then I do interviews with the top 10 on the last day, and they're going to have me accentuating the 9 rookies this year. So far, I've been with Benny Milliken and Bobby G as the rookies, and I got 7 more to cover this year in the 7 remaining events. So.
Well, that Wesley Gore kid, I interviewed him last night.
Yeah, Wes is awesome.
Man.
When did you see
beauty.
him? What time were you with Wesley Gore last night?
Oh, it was 4:30, so it was
in the
afternoon.
Morning?
No, that one won't get aired.
Oh.
That one don't get aired.
Well, he went to dinner with us right after.
Yeah,
and then
he had to go to dinner.
Yeah, and then I know he did something else after that. So I was hoping you got with him after, if you know what I mean.
No, Caleb Summerall crashed my Wesley Gore podcast. And
hell
turned
yeah.
out pretty good.
I like it.
That Wesley kid, he reminds me of like a 40-year-old mother who has it all figured out. Like, that kid is mature for his age.
Oh, yeah?
He's smarter than me.
Don't let him
way
fool
younger.
You. Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah, don't let him fool you. He did a good job fooling you on your podcast.
You honeypotted me, Wesley Gore.
He sure did. He honey-dicked you.
Fucking A, Wesley. Yeah. Golly.
He did.
It's a good thing you're a beauty and good at bass fishing. So, have you patented the term proper bassin man yet?
No, I don't.
I don't even know how to file a patent, but...
Yeah, my name's Pat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Patent.
I guess I don't have to. No, I haven't
You
done
should
any
make a
of that.
tent company
and
call it
You know what I did
Patent.
patent was Bass Galaxy.
You did?
No.
Fuck. All right, I'll guess I switched to Bass Universe.
Well, funny story, though. For real, the guy, I had just always, I liked comic books and DC Universe and Marvel Universe and all that kind of stuff, and growing up being a fan of the Mighty Thor, honestly, why I grew my hair long to begin with.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
because of Vikings and not...
It was because of Asgardians.
Yeah,
and the whole deal there.
Yeah.
And then getting into rock and roll, all that stuff. But whatever. What were we talking about? Squirrels.
Squirrel. I think I got lost in the Basstroid Belt.
Somewhere down the line. Well, I must have got lost. Give away the day that you were mine. That's all I got.
I've never played the microphone before.
Little Jay Giles. Nice percussion. Nice percussion.
It's a cymbal.
Baby, don't misunderstand me.
You play instrument?
I can play every instrument.
Really?
I really can. Yeah, I suck at them all, but I can play them all.
Do you have a favorite?
Harmonica.
Oh, dude, nothing gets my dick harder than a fucking harmonica.
Yeah, remind me not to play a harmonica.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thanks
Yep.
for the fair warning.
I mean, it was rhetorically figurative.
Yes.
And I
Into
didn't
a
mean
blood
it.
flow penis joke.
I honestly don't know. I've never
I
even
get
tried
it.
being gay. I haven't tried it. How do you know?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Stick with what you know, then.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I got to tell
right.
you.
Dude, our harmonica.
Dance with who brung you, son.
That's right. Harmonica is one of the most beautiful instruments ever.
Yeah, I like it.
Dude, I wish you would have brought it.
I have it actually at the house, but
Oh, well. Next
Yeah.
time, maybe?
yeah, I don't know.
I've always wanted to learn bass guitar. I think, when you listen to those really talented bass players, that's, like, amazing to me. Amazing.
Yeah, and again, like I played in bands a long portion of my life, so
That's
I
so cool.
acquire. It's like, okay, so if I go fishing with a forward facing sonar guy enough, I'm gonna pick up on forward facing a little bit,
That
but I
makes
might
sense.
suck at it and still be better with a flip stick. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's that kind of deal. I have the pipes of an angel. I have the voice of an angel, so
Sure.
I sang in
You're the
bands.
songbird of your generation.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I guess, but I started out as a drummer, but I realized you really don't get laid as much as a drummer as you do a front man.
Oh,
so I
for
went to
sure.
the front.
Yeah,
And learned
no.
how to do flips.
That's only just smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever do a stage dive?
Yeah.
I've done it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it so my kid, speaking of my kid again, she has cool VHS tapes that she acquired somewhere of me doing crazy things like
VHS?
VHS. You remember that? That means
Oh, yeah.
that means Viskahanda Schlacken Hochensniesnitz in American. And
Yeah.
in like I don't know, I'm scaling light things or something.
Yep.
At a club. I don't know, but yeah, that's the deal.
Cool.
So yeah,
So you used to play gigs quite a bit.
always, yeah.
Whoa.
That's
So
what I did.
So you said you played in a bunch of different bands. What was the coolest band name and identity that you performed in?
Identity.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
When you're a band and you're playing together, that band has an identity because they're all one. Like, you know what I mean? And then
Oh.
bands have cool names. Like, you can't have a shitty band name. You can't be called the Pixies or something dumb.
Well, okay. Well, well, thank you. So I had a cool band name once. It was called Gomads.
Dude, that's a great band
Nuts
name.
Gone Mad. Get it?
Oh,
Not
wow.
gonads,
Yeah.
but Gomads. Nuts Gone Mad.
That's great.
Thanks.
That's an excellent band.
Yeah, we
name.
thought it was ridiculous.
That's
at
an
the
awesome
time.
band
Yeah,
name.
I was in
Yeah.
a Van Halen cover band called Fair Warning. We
Okay.
did- So the deal was back in the day, like living in Florida and stuff, playing in these bands. If you weren't going to make money playing original music, so you had to moonlight in cover bands in order to get gigs playing your original music during the week. So on weekends, I'd be in a Zeppelin cover band or a Van Halen cover band. My favorite one was a Doors cover band called Moonlight Drive. Yes.
Come on, now touch me, baby.
Now run to the mirror.
Can't you see
I was about to
that
go.
I am not afraid? Da, 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 da.
I like it.
Lawrence is good at piano. He shall be rocking in my shore.
Oh, you went a little School of Rock. I
Stick
like
it to the man,
I like
Yosis.
it. I
It's
like
a rare
it.
blood disease.
Slapper to Brish. Went another movie.
Yeah, dude. Is Seth pissed yet? Are we good?
No, yeah, I ain't even heard from him. He must be doing bass fishing professional stuff at one of his sponsors.
I got you. I got you.
About 3 o'clock is what we had said, and it doesn't look like I'm missing anything here.
Right. Do you hack hoons like him?
Do who what?
Do you hack hoons like him? My buddies and I call
what's
like,
hack hoons?
banging
mean?
a dart, hacking a
No,
hoon.
no, I don't. I don't mess with any of that anymore. Long story short, I was a big Copenhagen guy. I only
cope straight or cope home.
just regular Cope fine cut. I don't know.
whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa,
That's the
whoa,
hair on
whoa.
it. That's the hair on a
Whoa,
chew tobacco.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
I mainlined
whoa.
it. I mainlined
Whoa,
it.
dude.
Sometimes based it.
That is like, how do you pack that shit?
I never was a packer. I was just a finger. I was a smusher and
Yeah.
a putter inner.
You don't need to like make a snowball out of it.
No, none of that kind of
Couldn't
stuff.
get it to stick together.
I just got right to the nitty gritty. But yeah, when I used to drink, that was the only time I'd ever have a cigarette every once in a while. But
Sure.
the like the whole deal with the chew here. Oh, this is pretty wild. So I mean, I'll just tell you, bud. So even though I'm Tin Cup Whiskey is an amazing sponsor of the Stray Cash Show, advertiser. When I first signed the contract with Tin Cup Whiskey, I said we will be happy to promote your product, and I will advertise on every show I do. But I got to tell you, I'm super allergic to alcohol. Every time I drink, I break out in handcuffs and end up away for a little while. But
Especially with
they
the
said,
little venom.
"Don't worry, you're signed." That's great. So no, seriously, built a great relation with them, and we do promote the Tin Cup whiskey as we have the Tin Cup whiskey word of the week on Stray Cast every day. But I mean, the truth be told, 10 years ago, I quit drinking because I ran into a radio station.
I respect it. I respect it. I respect it.
And figured there was a better place for me. But here's the deal. Shortly after that, like, I just would love Copenhagen. Always would have a Copenhagen in my mouth. I mean, I couldn't help it.
Hard to make a cast without one.
Couldn't help it. So I never chewed during the Stray Cast show. I never did. Like, or any on the radio. I did sometimes because you couldn't see. Now, but I don't think it's appropriate for me sitting there.
I'm doing it.
Well,
I
no,
pop them in and out.
Whatever. That's you. I would do, but I couldn't honestly tell on your, and I would. I'd have an obnoxious amount of Copenhagen in my mouth.
Freaking digger.
For real, and stuff running down my face and everything else. It was appropriate at the time.
Absolutely.
And I can remember it like it was 4 years ago, which it was. Maybe 5 now. Jeez. Ronnie Moore, the Bassin Angel. Ronnie Moore on the show. He's a Bassin
He's a sweetheart, that one.
Old sweet Ronnie.
He's a sweetheart and a statistician.
Sweet Ronzel. We probe him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
On Straight Cast. But listen, so I never chewed on the air. Show gets over. Ronnie Moore. Angels are looking after me, I guess. Reach in the back pocket. There's no can of dip. And I'm like, I got to go to the gas station. I'm not going to go to the gas station. And I just never chewed again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. Now, still to this day, like sometimes I will reach in the back pocket and there's not a can there. It's the most, like, of everything I've ever, all the bad habits I've put down in my 54 years, nicotine, the hardest bitch ever.
Yeah.
Hardest.
I did it for a whole winter one time.
Oh.
And then I got in a boat.
Yeah?
And that was the end of my quitting streak.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, bud, because I tried so many times and I've been that way, quit a year, quit a few months, whatever. But
yeah,
so far so good. I don't care for the nicotine anymore.
Well, they got this non-tobacco nicotine now, like the Zimbabwe's, the Zinachinos, the Velos, the Rogues.
To me, here's what I feel about that. Just let me give you my opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate your opinion.
Why not, instead of doing a line of cocaine, just do a line of cut? You know?
I get it.
Come on.
But
I mean, what the deal?
I'll tell you why I like it, and it's because
go ahead and
the
justify
dentist
it.
likes it.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Because
that
the
is a
regular
good reason.
chew was tearing my teeth up.
You are right, and no, you're right, and you're exactly right. Kids at home, chews in, and not regular chew tobacco.
If you're gonna chew, make sure it's a Zimbabwe, Zinachino, upper lip pilly, upper decky, frickin' thing.
Hot box.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Isn't
smoke,
it an upper decker where you poop on top of the toilet?
Yeah. Some words have multiple meanings.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has been intergalactic, dude. I think I don't know if we made it. I think we're on like a 5th planet right now.
I don't know. That the one that doesn't exist?
The planet of Naboo? Planet Ryugi?
That's that cool reel, isn't it?
Yeah. So
it's got infinite anti-reverse.
Dude, I didn't bring my anti-gravitational technology. If in the hotel room, I have a levitation tool. It's never been seen.
Oh, I could do that. Watch. See?
Yeah, dude.
How did I do that?
I don't know. Like you. I think that was at least 2 millimeters.
I don't know, but
I think it was at least 2 millimeters.
I don't know. I ain't giving it up.
So, to those young bassin freaks out there, that, you know, not everybody needs to be a pro bass fisherman. There's not enough room for everybody to be a pro bass fisherman, but you can find your own lane in a sport with what you love. What is your advice to a young aspiring angler that maybe doesn't want to be a pro fisherman, you know, who wants to be in the sport? And like, how do you do that like the right way? What's the proper, like,
find your niche?
Yep.
So in other words, do what you're good at. Stay in your lane. Keep your head down, run the ball. That's what Mark Zona told me.
I like that.
Always keep your head down, run the ball.
I like that.
Stay in the game. That's what Jay Kumar told me when I first started this deal.
Yep.
And here's the most important part. Be yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what, be yourself. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like we talked about bands before, okay?
Yeah.
So you had to make money being a cover band. But that's only going to get you so far because you're never the actual band.
Yeah.
Do you
dude.
understand? So as long as you're yourself in a unique industry, a niche industry, whatever it may be, you may be a professional foosball player. You might be, I mean, it could be that you're on the pro backgammon league and you want to do, I mean, whatever, as long as you are you and convey a positive image, I feel that it will help you along. Now, in order to achieve the ultimate success at whatever you want to do, here's the hard part. It goes back to the Clun principle, and I'm not going to get deep. We can talk again about this sometime, Aaron, because it's a long convo. But you have to immerse yourself in your goal, okay?
Full immersion.
And you have to visually create what you would like, and then when you convey positiveness and in being yourself, put your trust in a power greater than yourself to help guide you upon this, and realize that you're here because of a fish, then you may, at that point, be placed in the correct position to achieve success.
It feels like a lightning bolt just hit the tip of my penis.
But here's the thing, bud. Like, if you don't, like I said before, until I gave up everything to try and achieve what I wanted, it wasn't going to happen.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It wasn't going to happen until you put it. Dude, Fighter achieved his Angler of the Year success with a version of total immersion.
Yeah.
I mean, Rick Clun has achieved success through it throughout the years. The problem becomes in finding a happy medium where you don't negatively affect the people around you that you love.
Dude, and wow. Oh my God, dude! I feel like there should be pews out there.
Well,
like
and
right
I wasn't able to see. Here's the thing: I wasn't able to do it. And like I told you, when my kid was more grown, and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the
We've
man.
Got a special guest.
This is the man that spawned Matthew Robertson's. It's Kenny Robertson.
Oh my! This is Matt Robertson's
That's Matt
dad?
Robertson. Come here, Kenny.
Whoa!
Shake my hand. Shake my hand.
Get in here.
Say hi to the Bass Galaxy, Ken.
Yeah,
this is Teal's Bass Galaxy broadcast.
It's an honor. Sir, it's an honor.
Meet Aaron Teal.
Hey, nice to meet you, Aaron.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, what's
Happy
your
New
favorite
Year,
thing about Matt?
Well, he's a 10 on the good looks meter.
Wow, look at you, Mr. Confidence. We're going to leave it right there. Kenny Robertson, thanks for bringing the Bass Galaxy, Matt Robertson.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, he is. He can fish a bit, can he?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, and seriously, check out this boy's podcast right here. It's called Teal's Bass Galaxy. And sincerely, thank you for all the support that you show the Straycast show. I know you're there every broadcast, and you're messaging us all the time, and we sincerely appreciate the support, Mr.
West Coast, I give you guys some, a little bit of airtime.
Yeah, appreciate it, Kenny.
Hey, you raised an authentic young man. Just so you know, he's authentic as it gets. Don't ever.
There it is,
dude.
right there. Hey,
yeah, dude.
We hope Maddie catches 3 more 6-pounders today and gets it up there and pulls a Jordan Lee for us.
Yeah, I want to see some whitey tighties today. Damn it.
We'll see y'all at the weigh-in.
Thanks, guys.
Great
to meet you. Thank
Peace.
you. I've been hiding them. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. He's probably has the original scrolls of Kentucky Lake.
Yeah.
He's probably holding them in his back pocket. The old
that's Matthew's grandpa that has those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Geez, this is some generational warfare.
Yeah, that's the one that's had the scrolls.
Yes. Yeah. They knew how tall the trees were before they cut them down. I bet.
And look at this guy.
Holy shit!
The Bass Galaxy's favorite.
Choder.
It's Mayor McChoder.
Mayor McChoder.
Mayor McChoder.
Get in here, bud.
What is wrong with you two?
Nothing.
Couldn't even catch up.
We were
today.
Hey guys, it's me.
I couldn't even catch a bass today.
I hope I host Into the Great Wide Opens with Jamie.
I caught him pretty good yesterday, but.
What? Are we doing a podcast tonight?
Yeah, I'm coming to your house.
At what time?
I don't know. I was gonna call you when I'm done with this Pat Renwick episode.
You guys get done with your stuff. I mean, you guys look very interesting and stuff, but
Do I look good right now?
you look real good.
Thanks.
Pat.
How's my hair today?
Messy?
Is
Real
it good?
messy.
I intentionally did
Teal's
that.
looking good. He
Yeah.
has some curls going.
He does.
Yeah.
Dude, don't talk about that. It's a touchy subject, dude.
What happens at the podcast stays on the
You just kicked.
Yeah.
You just kicked his dog.
Yeah. First rule of podcast is podcast. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
so we're still on tonight?
Wear something sexy. Yeah.
We're on? We're on. We're on. Book my next gig. Book my next gig.
His pay's way better, believe me.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I
I'll
got
be
more
skating
questions.
before the bill comes.
I heard he got laid this weekend.
Me?
Okay. No, Choder.
Oh, Choder?
Yeah, we won't name names.
Don't
but
believe everything you hear. What was his
Totally.
name?
He said
Not that
it.
there's anything wrong with
I think
that.
He said Kyle North.
Not that there's anything wrong with
No, more
No.
chicks for us.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Pat?
I don't know. I think it's a mad world, and I'm happy to be in it.
You throw that Nessie yet?
Yeah. I'm a bigger fan of the coal shed. Honestly,
Yeah,
I have a coal shed from Kyle Peterson. He's the guy that helped design it for Berkeley, if you know who Kyle is.
Yeah.
And he sent me a couple out of the original batch. And I got to be honest, they're very special. And I have one of them that I have almost 160 bass on.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, one coal shed. The Nessie, I like the Nessie. I'm not a swim baiter by any means.
Sure.
I'm just kind of getting into it because Berkeley has them. And the Nessie, but maybe I cheated at it a little, but I catch more fish at it just by like slow reeling that Nessie in because it. So John Cox showed me a little trick with that miniature Nessie.
Like slow reeling it?
Yeah, dude, check it out. So the miniature Nessie, the small one, I think it's a 5-inch or something they call it. So they got the 5, the 6, and the 9, or the 5, 7, and the 9. But the small one, Johnny Cox is throwing that deal on like 8-pound line and a spin pole.
What?
And just reeling it in real slow, and it's wild. So I started doing it with the bigger one for buckets on man tackle, and I'm like, okay, damn, it does the same deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was thinking I was throwing that 7-inch one, not the gym shoe, but the one right below it. You know?
Sure. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about picking up a couple of those. I didn't know the reeling
They
deal on
work,
that,
bud.
dude.
Yeah. See, I don't know how to swim bait, and I just wind. I like
I'm
to
learning.
wind, you
Yeah.
know. And that cull shad though is really cool, dude. Like, so on my shallow water deal now, I got the Chickasee chick, and I either got a green glizzy or the or the chocolate glizzy tied.
I
on.
gotcha.
That's
I gotcha.
chatterbait, and
Yep.
that's either in the green shad or the green pumpkin.
By glizzy, you mean schlobberknocker, right?
No, I'm just. I mean, why tell things?
Sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's. I mean, I throw the. I still throw that other one. Yeah, I just have too much confidence in it, and I like the way it hunts more. Here's the
I like it.
the time that the taba with pant homidin in the pant homidin.
Schlobber. Schlobber.
You said slobberknocker.
Danced in your mother's
The
panties
first post
last
I
night,
ever
Trebek.
made on the slobberknocker, Instagram took it down because it said slobberknocker. But hear me out. So so I do use that, and the time it excels is in wood. There is a chatterbait type bait doesn't go through wood well, as you know, because it slides and it'll want to juke out.
For sure.
The slobberknocker will just plow through a laydown. I mean, if you haven't tried it for real, if
heard
you're on a
that.
spinnerbait deal or a square bill deal, also have your backup bait as the slobberknocker to crawl through the laydown.
I
But
noticed it's kind of a flipping hook on it. Do people Texas rig on that slobberknocker?
I never heard anything like
I
that.
wouldn't,
But
but-
John Cox pitches it a lot. Like so Johnny's throwing it all the time, and in like a traditional bladed jig deal, we're going to throw it out, wind it in, do whatever.
Yeah.
He flips it and pitches it a lot and drops it. Like, okay,
Like
pitch
a
to the
jig?
bush. And these are things I learned from the Bassmaster
Oh, yeah.
Marshall program, which, by the way, is free, and you can sign up for it at bassmaster.com.
No brainer.
Fish with one of your bass fishing heroes.
No brainer.
You know what I mean? But Johnny likes to, okay, let's throw it the stump,
Yeah.
let it fall, wind it out a bit, drop it again, wind it some more. And a lot of times he gets strikes. I see him doing that. I picked up on it, and it works. Back to the slobberknocker bladed jig hole deal. I like throwing that jackhammer. Just can't get over how the confidence I have in it. But I do throw that new Berkeley Stinger behind it,
Yeah.
which, whatever, not because Berkeley pays me, but that honeycomb technology that comes on that Berkeley Stinger trailer, as well as the cull shad.
Yeah.
Dude, there's something to that deal. That honeycomb is tough, and it makes that bait move like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was on them Lake Fork trailers before that deal, and And when Berkeley come out with this honeycomb deal, I started using it. I'm like, oh, man, I'm doing it.
Throw a magic shad or live?
The magic
shad.
shad.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a good one. It's it's how it hunts, and that's I was always on the principle of a hunting crankbait and getting bites like that, and when I saw the jackhammer would do that, it just that's what I did.
Cool, man.
But back to the other deal, always on a shallow water. I mean, the cull shad is rigged up all the time now with the bladed jig, with the spinnerbait, with the flipping jig, with the swim jig, the other shallow water staples. That cull shad is always there now. It's a confidence deal for me.
Sure.
Here's the trick. I'm going to give you one more trick, and I know we're going.
I love tricks. No, dude,
most tournament anglers and guides are not covered fully or properly. Most insurance policies don't cover exposure due to tournaments and guiding. Taking the chance of using the wrong insurance gives the insurance company an out when settling a claim. How will the insurance company know that you're fishing tournaments or guiding? Well, social media is their number one resource. And guess what? They use it. Lake Country Insurance offers one of the only products that can cover both tournament and guiding use in your vessel. Anglers don't seem to hesitate spending $50,000 to $100,000 for a boat. Why risk that large asset, all because you wanted to save a few extra shekels? Are you nuts? Call the folks at Lake Country Insurance today and make sure you have the proper coverage for your boat before the unexpected happens. Call 612-285-3113 today, or visit their website, lcisagency.com. That's lcisagency.com.
Supreme Lure Co. introduces a revolution in bass fishing with our triumphant trio, the Supreme Slug, Lil Slug, and Slaw. Leading the charge is the Supreme Slug, a legend revived after 2 decades. Its unique shape and built-in hook slot redefine tactical brilliance on the water, giving you an edge like never before. But the saga continues with the Lil Slug, a miniature powerhouse that mirrors the majesty of the Supreme Slug. Don't let its size fool you. It packs the punch needed to lure in those elusive bass. And for the ultimate bass feast, there's the Slaw, a craw representation with the same irresistible characteristics as the Supreme Slug. It's bass seduction at its finest, designed to trigger predatory instincts. Exclusively crafted for bass enthusiasts, Supreme Lure Co. brings you a trio that's not just baits, they're bass magnets. Supreme Lure Co. Cast in gold, reel in glory.
So way longer.
Okay, whatever. The cull shad, I throw the 6-inch one, and it's just okay out of the package.
Yeah.
It's just okay. If you want to make it amazing, you take 2 1/32 ounce lead
nail weights.
That's the word. Thanks. And so I use them like I had a mess of them that I got at like Gander Mountain when I was 4.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And they're made by the people that make the Sluggo, Lunker Cities. Okay, Lunker City nail weight lead. Lead's important for this application. So you're going to put the 1/32 in, and they're going to stick out a little bit, and you just snip them.
Oh, sure.
So what it makes is, I don't know, it's like 0.2 or something that it weighs on the scale as far as the lead total. I got technical with it one day.
Yeah.
But that seems to be the perfect amount of nail weight to put in there. 2 1/32 ounce lead weights, clip the bottom. That's going to give that cull shad a little bit of extra depth.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Able for you to increase the speed. You're also going to find that it gives it more of that top shimmy. Okay, so just not a tail wag, but a shimmy wag. You know, a shimmy, shake, wag, boom.
This is why I can't be a drummer. I can't even do
Your
what
left hand is doing crazy things right now.
I can't even do what a cull shad can do.
It looks like you're asking for change.
Oh, at least some.
Yes.
Quarters, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the trick with the cull shad. Add the nail weights to now the 8-inch you don't got to jack with it at all. That's good out of the pack.
Noted. Because I heard it runs a little shallower than like a mag draft. is what people told me.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you put those nail
right.
Now again, I'm not going to kid you.
Let's go
I have
down the rabbit
never
hole.
caught a fish on a mag draft. You know why?
Because you threw a cull shad.
Well, I never threw a mag draft or never threw swim baits until Berkeley came out with them. And then Seth and Matt and those guys start kicking my ass on swim baits too. I'm like, oh, they're catching them. Oh, yeah, whatever, tiny clash.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Tiny clash.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
good,
like, all
right?
right, so I better do this deal, and then I go to Berkeley and take some from them, blah, 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 start throwing them. Dude, the first time I threw a swim bait was that 8-inch cull shad. First time ever threw a swim bait was that 8-inch cull shad, and I was jamming the smallmouths in my river. They were like, what is this? That's the only time ever.
I saw that with my own eyes.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to tell nobody. You showed everybody that caught them.
That was nuts, dude. I'm like, wait a minute.
You were catching them.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
What's the interesting part?
Well, there's so much to lures. I was talking to Brian New,
That's why
and
they're
he's
called
a
lures.
mad scientist.
They lure you in.
For sure.
Oh, Brian New?
Yeah, that
Damn
dude is
straight he's a
mad
mad scientist.
Mad scientist.
Unreal.
Mind-blowing.
Did you ever see his white jacket?
No. Oh, he talked about
scientist
it.
jacket?
He talked about it.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
He's very scared of snakes.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. And I am too.
Huh.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna hurt you.
I know. I'm still scared.
Don't worry.
I'm a bitch.
Don't worry about the reptiles, but they're fine. They're on our team.
Slytherin.
They're on our team.
Yeah.
They're all right.
So, okay. If you could go back in time and marshal one Bassmaster year, what year would that be?
One Bassmaster year?
Yep. If you could hop in a time capsule right now, travel back in time to watch and marshal a season of the Bassmasters, would you go to like early 2000s? Would you go 90s, 80s, 70s? Like, where would you go?
Tough one.
It is a tough one.
So the Elite started in 2006, was the inaugural year of the Bassmaster Elite Series. And I think it really got swinging then. Like 2006, 7 is when bass anglers were really able to achieve a very nice living off of Ray Scott's platform that he created.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people refer to it as the golden era of bassing. Not necessarily those 70s and 80s and 90s, but once that Elite Series was created in 2006. And, you know, remember, they're going to Amistad.
Yeah.
And all that. Derek Remitz, your Yankee brethren, our Yankee brethren out there.
Won his first Elite Series event.
I mean,
Brian New's the only other guy to do that.
Walleye guy.
Yeah. Gravel lizard.
Yeah. But hey, bud. I'd have to pick one of those first years of the Elites. And then they had them whole courses then, too, and championships.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the holes.
There was not only like 9 events, but like I think that year the pros were basically fishing like 15 events that year just for bass. But that was a weird time, too, because if you remember like those ESPN days between 2000 2005 or so, where FLW was on ESPN. And now Bass comes out, they're now on ESPN, and they're like, all right, we're going to give them something to watch. And not that and FLW was great, because remember Tommy and Jerry back in, I don't know if you remember.
It was more of a Walmart like infomercial than I felt like, you know what I mean? They didn't elevate the anglers like Bass did.
Brings it to 15 plus events, televising all of it.
Yeah.
Here's the league. Now you got it. That's what I think at that period of time is what made it very clear and present that that was the platform that you were able to make a living on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'd pick, like, if I was to go not real far in time, I think I would choose to, like, sleep in Aaron Martin's rod locker that year he won AOI.
That's cool, yeah.
That would be a good one. Or else Rick Clunn in his absolute prime would be the other place I'd go.
What's that to you?
Well, that would be the 90s to me, but I don't know my bass history like everybody else does.
So check this out. You're right about that. There was definitely a prime there, and then, but check this out. Go on Lynn Dollar's YouTube channel. Do you ever go on there?
LYNN dollar,
yeah,
dollar bill.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't.
He has all the old FLWs, all the old Bassmasters, everything that he transferred from VHS onto the YouTube.
I've definitely stumbled into his shit. Then,
dude, it's awesome.
Dude,
and what I need you to watch is like when you say, Clunn's dominance, here's one that a lot of people forget about. In 2000, if FLW did not do that silly thing of zeroing the weights on the last day, like what the hell is that anyway? It's not even a real tournament.
Yeah, it sounds like a BPT event or
whatever.
something.
Yeah. Then Clun would have pretty much won the majority of every event in 2000. Okay.
That's crazy.
That was the year of the Bagley Balsa B3.
So Bagley, they came out with some new cranks. That Sunny B and Pro Sunny B are catchers.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't thrown a Bagley. I mean, I've thrown the wood one still. I used to work for Jim Bagley as a boy. That's a whole other story.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't abuse you like them nuns did he?
No,
That's
no,
good.
gosh, no. And I've been in the fishing industry since I was a kid.
Dude, that's so
FYI.
cool.
That's another story another day. But
Sure.
I used to work at a bait shop. Long story short, met Jim Bagley, Wayne Davis, who was the vice president of Bagley Baits. They made me an official field tester of the time.
Oh, my God.
When the shows would be in the Illinois and Chicagoland area, I'd go work the fishing shows with them. Got to meet Bill Dance, hang out with Bill Dance, known Bill Dance since I was a kid.
Wow.
And Bagley's would actually fly my parents and I down to Winter Haven, Florida.
Really?
And I would go fish in the phosphate pits with Dance with Bagley and Davis and those guys at the ripe age of 10, 12 years old.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was neat. My parents would go. They'd send Bagley also owned Cypress Garden water skis at the time, so they'd send them to Busch Gardens. My parents would get all hopped up on Busch beer.
Yeah.
And then I'd go fish the phosphate pits.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, whatever. Tangent.
I'm mind blown right now. I had no idea. Like, that's why I wanted to talk to you.
You can't
dude.
look a gift horror in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Dude. That's why I wanted to talk to you, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear where you came from.
I don't
like,
talk
what's
about
your
me,
story?
Aaron Teal. That's not why I did this.
And I don't
That's
either.
why I don't start about this.
I'm bad at selling myself.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't like talking about myself. I like talking to you, man.
Yeah.
I
Thanks,
like talking to you.
Thanks.
And other people,
Yeah.
other fishing DJs.
And damn it, Aaron, I like talking to you.
I like talking to you too,
And
Pat.
damn it, Aaron, you are someone.
Pat, I think you need to make a tent
Positive
company.
affirmations on Teal's Bass Galaxy.
Once you retire, I think your retirement project is to partner up with Rick Clun and come out with a new camping brand.
A camping brand?
Yep, tents. Because Rick Clun, I call it the old desert Indian trick. My partner and I, we would sleep in our trucks.
Oh,
right? To try to get closer to nature, closer to
become one.
Yes.
With the universe.
Yes.
The galaxy. Yes.
Yes. And I think there's something to that. Animals, they live in nature. They know what's going to happen before we do because they can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you and Rick Clun, you guys create this camping company where you come out with tents, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And you call it Pat Tents.
Oh, patent pending.
Or pending or patent.
Patents.
Clun patent.
Yeah, but why is
Patent?
why is Clun involved in this?
Because
I don't get
because
it,
he
like,
invented the old desert Indian trick.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
he's like, you need both of you because he
let's
understands
just market
the
it on the
capabilities
Clun.
of.
Let's just market it on the Clun thing, and I'll help promote it. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You too. You promote it too.
I feel like it would need to be a teepee, but maybe
Yeah,
that's,
why not?
Yeah, I think a teepee
The first easy to put up teepee ever that sleeps 19.
that would be amazing.
Yeah, it has a shower too. Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
And you know what else it has? An air fryer. Yes.
Oh, dude,
yes.
air fryers
Yes.
single-handedly saved my life.
It has an air fryer.
You an air fryer kind of guy?
Yeah, I air fry constantly.
Dude, I sucked at cooking till I got an air fryer. I
was
don't
good
fuck
at
shit up in
Tombstone
there.
pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, but now I just air fry everything.
I don't
You
know
what
if they
mean?
sell this kind by you, but there's a sleeper frozen pizza up by me. It's called Orv's. It's cheap. It's good.
Orifice? That means hole.
Oh, I didn't think about
Don't
that.
eat orifice pizza. It comes from holes.
It's called ORVS.
Oh, Orvis. Like Orvis Redelbachy.
ORV apostrophe S.
Oh,
excuse me.
Like the guy that invented the airplane.
Probably. He probably just got hungry and made
Yeah.
some pizza while he was at it.
Exactly.
But dude,
Wilbur and Orvis Wright.
have you heard of Orville Peck?
Orville Pecker picked a pint of
Peck of
Peter Perspiola Polish Pete's Pecker. I don't know.
People get weird about their pizza though. Like I'm a meat on my pizza
I'm from
kind of
Chicago,
guy.
dude.
Oh,
Come
dude,
on.
yeah,
That's
I
the
didn't.
Chicago deal.
I forgot
That's
about
pizza.
you.
Pizza and Italian beef sandwiches. But yeah.
Italian beef.
Yeah, thin crust pizzas for me. Meat lovers, light on the onions, light on the sauce, well done.
Okay, now I got a real good question for
Yeah.
you. Like, so there's different forms of mobs, right?
Mobs?
Mafias.
Yeah.
Mafias.
Mafioso, yes.
And in my opinion, the scariest mob that I would run into would be Russian. Like the Russian
Oh,
mafia.
yeah.
You do not mess with the Russian
I almost
mafia.
got beat up by a Russian mob woman at a Billy Strings concert, and
Really?
thank God that his wife saved me. Billy's wife saved me.
You think that's bad neighborhood?
Well, she looked like Bridget Nielsen,
Oh.
but uglier.
Russian chicks. I
Yeah,
feel like,
and
could be pretty.
literally she was pulling me out by the hair, and Billy Strings' wife saved me from certain demise.
Thank you, Billy Strings' wife.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So, but you're in Chicago. I mean, that's a mob town. That's like there's some mob in there. Like, and I'm sorry if you're part of the mob because I don't want your family to die. But is it Italians? Is it Hispanic? Is it Russians? Is it the Czechoslovakians? Is there this new Bass Mafia thing that's selling these boxes? What is it? What's the scariest mob in all the land? And then what's the scariest mob in Chicago? Oh shit, dude, I'm fucked. Golly. I don't have to kiss the ring, do I?
Nah,
Okay, good.
I ain't saying shit.
Cut. We'll cut that part out. For your family, for my family. Nobody likes a rat.
I gotta go, bud.
Yeah. Hey, Pat Renwick.
It's been a real deal right
This
here.
has been legendary.
This is Teals, a Bass Galaxy. An amazing podcast, an amazing time. And will you have me back?
Please.
Will
dude,
you?
Anytime, dude.
Okay.
Anytime. Dude, it's an honor, and I look up to you, and I'm grateful for this time. Like, blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I had a
thank you.
good time, too. Thanks for, and it was enjoyable to sit down with you and get out of the madness of the the amazing madness of the 54th Annual Bassmaster Classic. And let's look at it like at this point in time in history right now. Let's look at this before I go, okay? And let's go to the Bass Track.
Yes.
And let's just document
Let's
this for
stamp this.
podcasting.
Stamp.
Yeah, for
It's
podcasting
3:16
history.
PM.
It's 3:16 p.m. And it looks like at this point in time. Oh, what's that thing? Okay, here's this. Justin Hamner's still winning, Aaron.
How far is it Adam Rasmussen back? That's all I have
Adam
to
is
ask.
back only 2.8.
Holy smokes. He didn't get a Edwin Evers buzzer beater yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay
Shakur.
Shakur, it's 6:15 back.
Pershakur.
Yeah.
Pershakur.
So let's take a look down the board. Everybody else pretty much has 5 fish today. All right, so here's Justin Hamner's bag. He's got a 213, a 310, a 2-0, a 2-0, and a 3-5 for 13-12. And Rasmussen, as we stated earlier, is 2 and some change behind. But get this.
Rasmussen.
So here's the bag. Here's Adam's satchel. The hell did I
It looked
hit?
like Cody Huff just hopped into third.
Did he?
Am I
Oh yeah.
reading that right?
Yeah. But he's still back a bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
What? No, that's it did that dumb update thing. All right, so now we're back on the same freedom train. Well, Adam Rasmussen 2.8 behind, and in his bag,
Got himself a 16-11.
yeah, I mean here's 3 he probably won't get rid of today, but there's 2 cookie cutters right there. So if he's got an upgrade from a 2.8, he needs a 5-pound bass, bud. So in order to win, Adam Rasmussen's going to have to catch a 5-pound bass.
Go to the Edwin Evers duck blind, sir. Throw yourself a Hail Mary. You go flip that duck blind right now, boy. That 5-pounder's waiting for you.
Aaron, I'm proud of you, dude. You're doing a great job of carrying a cool message in the Bass Galaxy, doing a cool podcast, and everybody, including myself that I talk to, enjoys you.
Dude, that means a lot,
yeah.
man. I'm just a skinny, weird fishing degenerate, like learning every day, and I just try to do that every day.
Be a sponge and be yourself.
That's right.
Aaron, always
That's
be
right.
yourself.
I try to be.
It's a cold bowl of chili when love lets you down, but it's the neighbor's wife I'm after. So,
Ooh.
I mean, that's what we got to get at. Saddle
Gotcha.
up the Palomino.
South
Yes.
or north of you? Which
Saddle
neighbor?
Up. Saddle up.
Oh, saddle up,
Yeah,
partner.
the Palomino.
Yeah.
Going west, young man.
Dude,
I'm just
Pat,
saying words.
You're a goddamn legend.
It's a spark on the horizon.
I'm
I'm gone.
Spark in the blip of time. Spark in the blip of time. Goodbye, Pat Renwick. Goodbye. Goodbye. Teals Bass Galaxy. Checking in.